friends, it is Minerva. I am wearing a hat, and I am ready for episode 4 of The Mysterious Ripley House. I hope you are, because here we go. Episode 4 of The Mysterious Ripley House. Oh my heavens, what a decision. Audrey, Bianca, Tim, and Raphael all looked at each other. It was one thing to decide, yes, we want the clue, we'll answer the riddle. But it was another to know that if they guessed wrong, one of them would suddenly be turned into bubbles. I want that clue, Tim said. Oh, no, Bianca said. No. We are not risking one of us turning into bubbles, thank you very much. What if it's you? What if it's me? Come on, Tim said. We need to get out of this house. We need to find the key. We can do this. Audrey turned to the bubble lady. Do we each get a guess? She said. 4 chances? Audrey, no, Bianca said. You would each get a guess, the bubble lady said. Fair is fair. We're going to do the riddle, Raphael said. The others looked at him. What? Raphael said. I just have a feeling that that's what we're going to do. Very well, the bubble lady said. She clapped her hands, which popped and reformed in a twinkling. Suddenly, the lights in the kitchen dimmed. It got a little spooky. The bubble lady seemed to glow in the darkness. You have chosen to answer the riddle. Here we go. Guess carefully, or one of you will turn to bubbles. Tim gulped. He felt sick to his stomach. He wondered if he'd led them all into a trap. What if they didn't guess the answer? Yesterday, we got to know Audrey a little better, and today we're going to do the same for Tim. Tim was 9, as you'll recall, and he lived in the big city. His parents sent him to a very good school, where all the teachers were strict and all the kids made fun of him for not being as rich or as something as they were. Tim didn't fit in. To make matters worse, his parents had just gotten a new baby, and at home everything was about the baby. Tim felt like an old sock. He felt ignored everywhere he went. Maybe that was why he wanted to get this riddle right so badly. He wanted to stand out and feel like he was good at something. What do you guess? The bubble lady said. What grins when it's hungry and goes ooh when it's full? Is it an owl? Raphael said. No, the bubble lady said. Uh-oh, strike 1. Is it a tea kettle? Bianca said. No, the bubble lady said. Tim began to grow very nervous. He was starting to wish maybe they'd run away. Is it a choir? Audrey said. No, the bubble lady said. Tim squeezed his eyes shut. It was all down to him now. What grinned when it was hungry, but went ooh when it was full? It's the moon, Tim blurted. The bubble lady paused. Why, young man, she said. It is the moon. You guessed right. Raphael cheered. He and Bianca began to race around the middle of the floor, whooping. What's our clue? Audrey said. The bubble lady said. It's a shame you guessed right. I was really looking forward to turning one of you into bubbles. Oh, never mind. No matter. I'll find a way to turn you into bubbles later. She cleared her throat. The clue is this. Find the vampire. If you find the vampire, he will help you locate the key. A vampire, Audrey said. There's a vampire in this house? My dear girl, the bubble lady said. There is more in this house than you can possibly imagine. Is he dangerous? Raphael said. Does he bite? Bianca said. All vampires are dangerous, the bubble lady said, and all vampires bite. He'll help you find the key faster, of course, but honestly, if I were you, I'd try to stay away from the vampire. Once he knows you're here, there's no telling what he'll do. What kind of a clue is that? Bianca said. Oh, the bubble lady said, and make sure you don't mistake the vampire for the man with the top hat. Everything he tells you will be the opposite of true. How will we tell them apart? Raphael asked. Well, you probably won't, the bubble lady said. They both wear top hats. With that, the bubble lady disappeared. All right, friends, that is the end of episode 4. And now you have a decision to make. Should the children seek out the vampire, or should they try to avoid him at all costs? And should they venture into the main floor, the upper floors, or to the basement? Because now it's time for them to start sneaking through the house. And I've already decided, and I've written it down in this book, so it's set in stone, and I'm not going to go back on it, where the vampire is and where the man in the top hat is. But just like the kids, who have to venture out into the house not knowing necessarily what's going to happen or what they're going to find where and when, you kind of have to take a risk and take a gamble and go with your gut and decide where you want to go. Where do you think the vampire might be? The main floor, the upper floors, or the basement? So they'll have to go in search of someone, and they'll have to try to figure out whether or not it's the vampire or the man in the top hat, who everything he says is secretly a lie. So that is the end of that. Be sure to vote in the bottom, which is one of your 3 tasks of the day. Remember to bring in a friend, vote in the bottom, and your task of the day, your mission, is to wear a hat for at least an hour. If you don't have a hat, I highly recommend making a hat out of paper. I'm sure there are tutorials here on YouTube that you can look for, and make it as crazy as possible. I recommend feathers and glitter and drawings, and or you could also just wear a towel on your head for about an hour, and I'm sure your parents will be very entertained. All right, friends, stay strong and stay peculiar, and I will see you tomorrow.